Hello everybody, so finally, we are 100% done with the Boruto movie manga recap. Alright, it took us 10 chapters, which is obviously the equivalent to 10 months, but it's finally over and we're gonna get new content starting next month. So that's exciting. A little bit of quick news here that came out just with the issue, right? With the chapter was that the Boruto anime will start on April 5th. 2017. We knew it was going to start in April, but now we have an exact date. And this is kind of like a sort of like a new development here, is that it's not going to air on Thursdays like the Naruto Shippuden anime did. It's going to start airing on Wednesdays on TV Tokyo in Japan. So that's for the Boruto new anime 2017. When I first read the chapter, I was very surprised to learn that they actually added stuff to the ending of the movie. And they used that as a springboard to set up, the upcoming adventure for Boruto, the next chapter of Boruto's story. They used that talk with Momoshiki that he has by the end, which doesn't exist in the movie. This is like a manga only thing to sort of like tell, okay, this introduces some type of new ability, some type of new conflict for Boruto. It's essentially a type of foreshadowing in the form of a prophecy, okay, that Boruto gets from Momoshiki after their fight. And so the prophecy has some clues, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the source of a lot of speculation regarding Boruto's fate and future as a shinobi, and also possible abilities and jutsus that he will be capable of unlocking later down the road. So I'm going to read you the prophecy, but before that, I'm going to give you some context. The whole scene takes place at the base of the chakra tree, and so I'm guessing this is kind of similar to the Obito ghost that we got back in the day when Obito kind of comes back for a little while after he's dead to give Kakashi the Sharingan. I'm guessing this is similar. So Momoshiki's ghost comes back, but only Boruto, and later on we find out that Sasuke can also see him, or at least, it's heavily implied that Sasuke can also see him. But the reason why Boruto can see him is because he has Hinata's blood. So he has like that Byakugan lineage running through him, and so that allows him to see. But for other people, or at least the way that Boruto perceives this, is that time has stopped. So Naruto doesn't have that bloodline, so for him, I guess time has stopped, and it's not going on. So the prophecy is as follows. Momoshiki tells Boruto, pay heed. Those blue eyes of yours will one day take everything from you. Okay, and they actually make a reference to this by the end when Sarada kind of notices that Boruto's eyes are a lot bluer than Naruto's eyes. So this is also new. This was not part of the movie. Her blushing was actually part of the movie. So, they're kind of like developing that crush there that she has for him. She now thinks that Boruto is really cool. Although, to be honest with you, I highly doubt that anything romantic in terms of the new Boruto storyline will ever surpass the just like craziness and, just passion from the Naruhina, Narusaku, Sasusaku pairing wars that we had back in the day. And the final part of Momoshiki's prophecy is the following. He says, and be self-aware that once someone defeats a god, they cease to be an ordinary person. And by the end of the chapter, Boruto removes his bandage from his hand and he sees a seal. All right, so could this be that Boruto now has some type of a curse after his fight with Momoshiki? Is that going to awaken any type of special powers? I think so. In fact, I think this is a direct reference to the first scene in Boruto Manga Chapter 1, where we see him fighting Kawaki in the village, and he has a scar over his eye. He has like this new type of eye that's weird. We don't really know what that was. We still don't know what that was. And he also has like, a bunch of lines, a bunch of tattoos over his arm. So this is definitely a reference to that. It's foreshadowing Boruto's awakening, all right? Awakening of what? Well, in my opinion, the most obvious answer would be some type of KK Genkai that is only capable of being produced if somebody from the Hyuga clan mixes with somebody from the Uzumaki clan. And so, yeah, I think that's basically what that's going to be. And another thing that I've noticed in this chapter, if you notice, like there is a very, very visible effort to make Boruto very different from Naruto. And this was part of the Kishimoto interview that we read, but also the directors of the anime were actually saying, it's really hard to try and make Boruto his own character, especially with all the hype and all the popularity of Naruto. Like, I'll even read you a quote from one of the anime directors, right? This is from Saiyan Island. The link is in the description. So basically, this is director Hiroyuki Yamashita, and he says, right now we are preparing this spring's broadcast, premiering April 5th. The more we go on meetings, the more I draw and write, and the more I feel it's going to be very hard to give Boruto his own identity. Yikes. So it does kind of seem like that's a pretty big concern for them, that they just don't want audiences to think that Boruto is a carbon copy of his dad. That being said, though, I did notice a lot of effort in this chapter of like, the people in charge of the dialogue and the writing to say, Boruto is not like Naruto. He says it at the end. I think there's like a little dialogue where he says, that story that you followed of this guy that wanted to become Hokage, that was my dad's story. This is something completely new. All right, that's not who I am. I want to be somebody different. Now, the thing here is that just because you say you're different doesn't mean you're different. So that's something that you need to show the audience, not tell the audience. And so we still need to see what's up ahead and like how much he differs from Naruto. But I'm excited, and I also think that they've already begun doing this, especially with the curse mark, because I feel like if it happens that Boruto does have indeed some type of jutsu that is kind of a curse mark, and the fact that he says by the end of the chapter, Sarada, I want to be more like Sasuke. I want to be more like your dad, all right? And I thought to myself, so you want to be a rogue. Well, it kind of makes sense that that's who he wants to be, because Sasuke also had a curse mark, and he just, he used that power to his advantage. That's cool, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, I noticed that by the end, Konohamaru shows up just like he does in the movie, and he says, we got to go on this mission. Now, in the manga, you see the final page says, what is Boruto's new mission? Well, in the movie, it's basically like their team trying to stop this panda that's gone crazy and it's attacking the villagers, but I'm pretty sure that's not it. By now it has to be something more important, because you're not ending a movie, you're beginning a manga story. So that being said, we do spend some time with the new Inochika Cho trio, and Cho, man, she is as sassy as ever. She calls Inojin Whitey. Woo! The racial tension in that living room was over the top. I'm just kidding. I'm just digging around. Shikadai is very similar to Shikamaru. I think Kishimoto actually confirmed, and he actually admitted to that. And he even says that in the chapter. I just did this to get my old man off my back. Kind of like with Shikamaru. That's how he started off, initially, just doing stuff because it's troublesome, but I'll just do it just because I want people to shut up and leave me alone. Then we transition over to Kazekage Gara, and we casually learn, at least I did, that he has a son. No biggie. Yeah, Gara has a son now. What the fuck? His name is Shinki, and I did see him in Boruto the movie. I just didn't really know who he was in the beginning. And to be fair, okay, the wiki says that Shinki is Gara's adoptive son. That Gara is his adoptive father. And that's Team Shinki right here. And I guess I should have paid more attention to the news when the updates for Boruto the movie were coming out, but I just didn't care, because at that point I was just mourning the loss of Naruto, and it was just being bombarded with different shit. I was like, come on, give me some time. You don't really know much about Shinki other than his name is kind of funny, at least to me, because it rhymes with kinky. And in the movie, Boruto the movie, he uses this iron sand technique, which I think is pretty cool, because from what I understand, it's like a magnetic type of sand. So yeah, that's pretty cool. In the chapter, he's kind of critical of himself. He says, if I were in Boruto's shoes, I would not have been able to win. And Gara just tells him, just calm down. Don't be too self-critical of yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Just move ahead. Be the best you that you can be. That's Gara's advice. But I'm pretty sure that this kind of sets up, this character to have, if not a 1v1 fight against Boruto, at least some character interaction with him. So yeah, it just seems out of place for this panel or this sequence to be there if it's not going to be important later down the road. So yeah, he's going to end up fighting Boruto just like Gara fought Naruto. Boy, those similarities just kind of creep up on you. So overall, I thought this chapter was pretty good in terms of setup. I think that this chapter combined with chapter 1 with the Kawaki scene and Konoha being destroyed, if you just combined those two chapters, that should have been the opening. That should have been chapter 1 for the Boruto series manga, instead of getting 10 chapters of recap. But that's let's put that behind us. And I did watch the anime episode this week. I thought it was a lot more structured and grounded than the crazy Tenten and Lee episode. And it was funny. I liked the competition there with Choji, and also the like Tamari and Shikamaru not really understanding each other, and then by the end, just Tamari just thinking, "Oh, this is about sex. This is about getting a motel." So yeah, and then it just collapses in on itself, and it's funny. So, but it still kind of felt like a filler episode. So that's why I decided to not review it. Give you a full video about that. But it's good. Check it out if you haven't. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you did. Subscribe to my channel for more Boruto/Naruto content. Comment down below with your thoughts. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Bye.